The following is a presentation of TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely love being here with you, but mostly, folks, I treasure your presence here today, and my outcome is to help you to become a better money master. But mostly, folks, it is about providing you with the tools that will help you to lead an inspired life, because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. That's what it's all about for me. You know, when I share these tools with you, folks, they're actually coming from life experiences. Some of it coming just simply from all of the journaling that I might do, notes that I might take, just simply life experiences. Always much better to deal with life experiences. You want to talk about a life experience. I will tell you that 11 years ago and 6 minutes to the moment, my life absolutely changed. It was totally directly impacted, by the events of September 11th. And I'm going to share maybe a little bit of my story with you here today, as well as whatever it is that we see in the marketplace right now. Marketplace, you've got the futures up, each of them up about 0.3%, 3 to 0.4% out there. But let's first go take a look at one of these tools, one of the most important tools. Well, they're all important out there, folks, that will help you to lead an inspired life. This tool is what I call the promise of the future. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So let me tell you what it is that I think that messes up the mind most of all. If I ask you that question, what do you think could possibly mess up your mind most of all? It's really simple. It comes down to doing less than you can actually do. That will mess with your mind more than anything else that you could possibly come up with. I see some people say pessimism out there. Absolutely. It's doing less than what you can do, because when you are less than what you can be, folks, when you try less than you can absolutely try, somehow it just simply damages the mind. Maybe it doesn't do it, right out in front of you, but I can promise you it damages the mind. It damages one's self-image out there. And the promise of the future, folks, it's discovered the exact moment that you decide to make a shift, that you decide to change that pattern, you decide to blow through that cycle. When you do more than you absolutely can do. When you do more, folks, when you're working out, I guarantee you there's not a trainer out there that won't try to push you to really do more. If you do reps of 12 and it's those last two where you're really going to get that energy, always, folks, you want to be able to do more. You want to try harder than you absolutely can try in life, folks. And when you do those things, what you're also going to do is you're going to become much more than you believe that you can actually be. That, folks, is what will change your cycle. That will create motivation, whether it's known, whether it's just simply a cycle built within inside you. But that is where motivation comes from. And where motivation comes from, and when you make that shift, folks, that is where you get all of the rewards in life. The greatest value in life is about how it is that you feel about yourself. And the only way to truly do that, folks, is to take massive action. At TFNN, we are always talking about opportunities for you to be able to take massive action. Whether it's the Tiger Fund that Tom has set up and taking a look at real estate, whether it's just simply going over there and taking a look at his paper that talks about the bull market, whether it's taking advantage of Tiger dollars and investing in yourself, it always boils down to, always and consistently boils down to being able to take massive action. When you take massive action, folks, you are telling yourself that you are going to take action, and you are absolutely going to do it. So step one, see things, folks, always the way that they are. Not better, not worse than they are, just reality. Reality is always the best beginning no matter what, folks, because within reality lies that possibility to create what? To create your own miracle. Yesterday on Mondays, I think Mondays and Fridays, we play that miracle hockey game, do you believe in miracles? I hope you believe in miracles out there, because you can make them, you can form them, you can shape those each and every day of your life out there. Always, folks, do more than you can do, because the promise of your future, it absolutely depends on it. Now, so back to 9/11 here just for a moment. If you were to ask all of my coworkers here, if you were to ask my friends, whether just had just met me, maybe if I asked you folks over, on the air here, and how about if you just asked my competitors throughout life? If you asked them to come up with one word that would best describe Steve Rhodes, they would all come up with the same word. In fact, I know they would, because I've actually asked them, because I've sat down with competitors. A lot of times when you're in business, folks will keep their competitors at bad. Let me give you a little secret here. Make your competitors some of your best friends out there, folks, because your competitors, you've got more in common with your competitors than you do with most people in life out there. But I've sat down with my competitors, and what they have said is, you are the most persistent individual we know. I don't know of anybody else out there that just simply won't give up. And the truth is, whenever I get a no out there, to me, that's just the beginning of a relationship. It's not until we get to maybe the 8th or 9th no out there where we really get to know each other. And that's how I've been able to accumulate all types of successes out there, successes that I really didn't deserve. I wasn't born with it. Nothing in my life has absolutely been easy. I've had to overcome more stuff. I would use a different word, except that we're on the air here. I've had to overcome more things, and it's all because of just the same thing that you've got within inside yourself, or you can, just simply persistence and just simply not willing to say no. So let me get to the story here real quickly. I started off in the computer industry, then I went on into the heads-on bodies business. I went into what was called photo entertainment, and that was creating a product, where people didn't even know that they needed it. In fact, most of you out there have either purchase one of my products, whether it's one of my crystal products, whether it's a trip photography product, where you came down a roller coaster, and you had a picture taken, or maybe it was a head-on body picture where you put your head on somebody else's body, or you've at least passed those locations. Because if you've gone through any high destination tourist area, and it's around the world, folks, you will have you will have used or bought or purchased or seen or been entertained by one of those products out there. Now, in order to create that industry, in order to be able to get the type of spaces, and the spaces that I got were the absolute highest profile locations you could find on the planet. I had to convince people, and I had to get them to be able to envision what it was that I could offer. And it wasn't really just about a product. It was about being able to stop traffic in high destination areas. And for casinos, that was an important thing. I had all the casinos out there. I convinced Steve Wynn, who would never let any outside entity come in and operate anything with inside his environment, other than maybe just a couple of people out there. But basically nobody. Had to convince him, and was able to convince him to give me a shot out there. Had the location, folks, in the Disneyland castle. Only one of 2 people in the entire world. And I'm the one especially to compete against Kodak and everybody else out there. This isn't about me. What my point is, the point that I really want to make, is that I had formulas and tools to be able to get those locations that also included that persistence. And there was only one location that I didn't get that really bugged me, and it bugged me forever. And it was always at the top of, it was always at my list. I was successful in getting other locations out there. That location happened to be the World Trade Center, folks. And so, and I used to beat myself up about it. Why couldn't I get that deal up there at the World Trade Center? And so my life changed a number of different ways, because I had been so successful, and I always questioned why. Now I realize that things happen for a reason. Even on that day, after that second plane crashed at about 9:03 or so, wasn't too long after, probably within about 10 minutes or so, when I got a call from the Disney World executives saying, "Hey, Steve, it's very possible that," and I operated a 24-hour location on Disney property. We had production out there doing our crystal products, and the story basically went like this. There's a high probability that the castle or spaceship Earth may be a target of what appears to be terrorist attacks that are going on out there. And we're going to close the park, but what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to leave it open to the folks that are staying at the resort here. So we'd really like you to be able to do, because you've got these great products, we'd really like you to be able to go ahead and keep one of your locations open if you can, just simply to help us entertain the guests out there. And so that was kind of a very surreal experience, because now I was calling my folks to say, "Hey, look, here is the deal." And I gave them I said, here's what's going on. You guys decide what it is that you want to do, because I certainly didn't want to put people's lives in danger. I had no idea, just as nobody did, how our lives were going to change out there. But it absolutely, there's not a day actually that really goes by where maybe the events of September 11th don't cross my mind. Why? For a number of reasons. Number one, it also happened to be the day that absolutely united each of us out here. We were united as a country out there. And when I see all of the political garbage on all sides of the aisle out there, it bothers me, because the solutions are always right in front of us. They are always right within us and right in front of us. And, it's unfortunate that sometimes some incident like that is what it is that unites us. I'd rather see positive things unite us and all that potential out there, folks. I would absolutely love to be able to see that's the promise of the future. So, don't ever underestimate the promise of the future. Please always do all that you can do. Invest in yourself. Truly invest in yourself. It is the best investment investment you will ever make, because when you invest in yourself, folks, what you're really doing is you're investing in others, whether it's friends, family, co-workers, whoever it is that's important in your life. Make sure you make investments in yourself out there. So, enough of my soapbox. It's just today's kind of a important, special day for me. Hopefully it's a special day for you. Let's go take a look at these markets out here. As I said, the future's up maybe about 0.3%. Silver on its way to $35 and change. Gold looks like it's on its way to $17.72. The U.S. dollar index down to about 79.86. S&Ps look like they want to pull back here into the 14.22, maybe 14.12 level. Of course, the euro wants to get up to 131. Bonds want to pull back to 147. The DAX wants to get all the way up to 73.89. It's trading out right now at 72.27. So let's go start taking a look at these markets out here. Let's switch over. I've got the 30-minute chart if you're watching this on TigerTV. And when we take a look at Tiger TV, if you're just listening on the radio, we absolutely appreciate you doing that, or just simply listening to them perhaps on your mobile device because you went to tfnn.mobi. And what I want you to do is, just simply tune over to Tiger TV at some point in the evening. Instead of watching maybe some of the shows out there, come take a look at the charts that you'll be able to see. You can watch this show on Channel 9 on Tiger TV. It gets all the archives out there. I'm going to switch over to the, let's switch over to the S&P 500. We're going to have to do that because I got so carried away, and I didn't really even give you the full story. But I got carried. When we come back, we'll go take a look at the S&P 500 because that gave you the most important signal yesterday to be careful of, folks out there. 877-927-6648. I love being here with you. I'll be right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit tfnn.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit tfnn.com and see what you're missing.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at tfnn.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Let's go take a tour around the market, see what the stock charts are telling us today. Yesterday, the S&P 500 closing out at 1429.08. Now, if you take a look at the candle formation, you'll see it's one of my bearish engulfing candles, a key reversal day yesterday. If you take a look at the close on Friday's session, you had the close out at 1437.92. The open yesterday out at 1437.92, closing below, engulfing the entire candle from the session before out there. For a market that wants to move up, for a market that had just cleared some resistance areas here, that is not what you expect to see out there. You got to wait to see how the markets here close today. Now, clearly, we're going to get a little bit of a pop this morning. Of course, that would be nothing. That would be normal, I shouldn't say that. Not that it would be nothing out there. That would be normal. That would be normal in setting up possibly the A, B, the C point, the B to C point of an A to B equals CD down, albeit small. Very important yesterday when we take a look at what went on inside the NASDAQ, when we take a look at what went on inside Apple, and when we take a look at what went on inside the S&P 500. You get the S&P 500 now to close back underneath the, let's just call it let's make it the more difficult area. Get it to close back below the April 2nd high, which is 1422.38, and you're at 1429 right now. It gets back inside the lower part of that range. It means that the breakout to the upside could have been a false breakout there. And there were a lot of resistance areas. You expect the resistance areas to hold out there. That means I would expect 1422.38 to hold in the S&P, but if you get it closed below that, it'll at least come back to the breakout session on September 6th. That was last Thursday out at 1403.74. If we go take a look at the currency market, let's start with the King out here. You can see the King moving down this morning, trading out at 79.99. The exact 786 retracement, 79.86. This is doing exactly what it should do, which means that it should be pulling down into this downtrend channel line out here. It doesn't give you the exact price, but I'm saying 79.86, which happens to be that 0.786 level, is the area where you would expect to see it move to and then bounce from, as long as this channel here is going to continue to be maintained. If it breaks outside of that area, it's not really a breakout because you've got the U.S. dollar index already moving down. If that area holds, that says that the U.S. dollar index will go ahead and move back up to the upper part of that downtrend channel that is out there. That's on the U.S. dollar index. If we go take a look at silver here, if we take a look at silver, that is trading out at 33.76. You can see yesterday took a little bit of a breakout there, pulled back just slightly. You've only seen, really, silver. You haven't seen any retracement at all to speak of in the silver marketplace. You did get a close above the 0.618 of its most recent high to low. We're talking about from February 28th, 29th, down to the low that was put in on June 28th. So we're taking a look at major swing points that are out there. Closing above that 0.618 area, 33.19. That's what made that sweet 786. We always talk about sweet 618. But if you take a look at the 0.786 level, you'll see that's $35.12. I suspect that is where silver wants to trade to. We'll see. It's a little overextended. It's a little overbought. Hasn't had any kind of retracement here. And so that is on silver. If we take a look at gold, gold also being somewhat overbought here. It would be healthy for gold to actually pull back into about the 1678 range. You can see gold also. Gold had a little bit of a retracement. It did that during the, let's say, from August 24th down to the August 31st time frame. But gold looks like it really wants to go tag 1772. It's within reach. It's between areas, between floors on the retracement, Fibonacci retracement level. This is coming off of the high in gold going back to September 6th, all the way down to the low. You can see it's also trading. At least gold should at least get into the high of February 29th, which would be 1792.30. So 1792.30, 1772. That is where gold wants to trade to. Let's go to our man, Lou, in Nashua, New Hampshire. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
Good. How can I help you this morning?
CMG.
CMG, Chipotle. I think I might have gotten that. Tell me what you're looking at in Chipotle, and I'll see how I can help you.
I'm looking to short it a little bit higher.
Okay, so if we take a look at Chipotle, this thing absolutely fell right out of bed. Our man Basil Chapman nailed this one to to the T here, gapping down on July 20th by, 80, 90, $100 at least when it was all said and done out here. What Chipotle did yesterday was it tested the top of that area where it gapped down on July 20th. That high was $335.80. It's trading right now in the pre-market, I think, just slightly above that. Stay on the line, Lou. When we come back after the market opens, we'll come back and we'll take a look at Chipotle. Anything else that you want as well, folks, just give us a call.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. You got the Dow up 27 points, S&P up 1.5, Composite up 2.5, Russell not out of the gate. Somebody needs to wake up the Russell 2000. You got Microsoft down a penny, Intel up 2, Google off 78 cents, Cisco down 17, Apple trying to charge up. It's after having a horrible day yesterday, up $5 and change right now. Apple leading the charge dollar-wise on the way up. You got Green Mountain Coffee up 6% this morning. That's up $2. Jazz Pharmaceuticals up 3%. Deutsche Bank DB, the ticker symbol, up 4%. Cliffs Natural, CLF. We haven't looked at that stock chart, so we'll certainly do that today. You've got Sunesis, must be a merger or buyout. SNSS is the ticker symbol. Let's see, they received a 25 sample size here. No, I guess they've gotten some type of good news on a drug, so that thing is trading up 49% this morning, dropping to the downside. Palo Alto Network Systems off $6 and 9% this morning. Ralph Lauren, the Polo folks, down $4, almost $4 and change. Polyport International, PPO, off 8% this morning. Tibco Software, TIBX off 9%. Lorillard down 2%. 5 below. FIVE off 6% this morning. Let's go back to Lou in New Hampshire. He's taking a look at Chipotle, taking a look at trying to put on a short here. And Lou is most likely take a look at the downdraft day from July the 20th, where the stock moved down. You had absolute institutional selling, 9.7 million shares on the way down. The high there was 335.80 or 336.63. So, Lou, the first thing that you've got to probably take a look at on Chipotle that you need to absolutely understand before going short this equity is the average daily true range that this thing here runs right now is about $9.29. So any short that you put on, you could absolutely be right on the trade, and it just simply, if your stop is too tight, you could end up getting stopped out because you might think, hey, all I need to do is do a 50-cent stop here. But the reality is the normal breathing pattern right now on Chipotle is about $9.29. So I think the first question that you must ask yourself is whether or not you're willing to give it at least that kind of room, in trading this thing. It is trying, the gap has held on this. If I take a look at intraday on the chart, and that's when you also, you always want to understand reward and risk. And part of that step is understanding what's just simply the average daily volatility on the equity. And one of the other things you need to do is take a look at the possible reward. Well, if you go to the intraday chart and you take a look at the first time you saw the institutions step in, and I say institutions because on a 10-minute chart at the 950 time frame, you had price spread from 305 up to 318, and it did 265,000 shares. So that is pretty decent volume out there. There was about, what does that work out to? What's 265,000 shares times $300? I don't know what that number is, but it's pretty big number. So you've got institutions in there, and so if this stock did pull back, it's going to run into some resistance right around 318. It's at 335 right now. And so overall it looks like a good setup, but I haven't seen a bearish candle, and I'm not so sure until you see a bearish candle formation whether the right reward to risk trade is really in here. I know what you're looking at, and I'm looking at it myself. It's just not necessarily, you just need to be careful if you're going to take this short.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks for calling. I hope that helps you. And so that is, and folks, whenever you're taking a look at any kind of trade, obviously one of the first calculations you want to be able to do is you want to be able to do some type of reward risk. Maybe somebody in the den can go out there just to see, how much money actually came in on Chipotle here at $9.50. Use an average price, maybe somebody out in the den, $305 times 265,000 shares, just to see what it was that traded, because that was, I guarantee you, that wasn't enough of yous and me's and us's that were, well, it was if it was in your retirement funds and you've got that being managed by somebody else, then you could absolutely be in Chipotle out there. But, some pretty good bread out there. And this is an interesting looking stock chart, but you want to see maybe some more bearish signs out there. 94 million. So 94 million. Thank you, Nick. 94 million. So 100 million bucks in 10 minutes time frame out there. That's why you want to also be able to have the tools to be able to come and take a look at a short term chart as well, just to understand where you're going to run into your first areas of support or resistance. In this case here, would be support. And I choose that candle because that's really where you saw Chipotle break out from its lows out here. Otherwise, what you had going on down here was maybe just simply some accumulation ever since it really broke downtown out there. That is on Chipotle. If we go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping, we have to go take a look at Apple. Why? Excuse me. Because Apple had a key reversal day yesterday, just as we were taking a look at on the S&P 500. And if we take a look at that, let's put the daily chart out here on Apple. We're going to see the 1.272 butterfly. Actually, on the screen here says 1.32. That's close enough for me in my work. That is when Apple went ahead and gapped up on August 27th. It gapped up with 15 million shares. The high, which is important to note because that's your swing point. That's where you get that release of information. That swing point high is 680.87, 15 million shares. What did it do on Friday? It got up to 682.48 on 11 million shares, closed below it. Yesterday gets up above it, gets up to a high of 683.29, and it's the first time we've seen some volume off of the top here, especially after having made an extended move out there on Apple. And setting up a bearish engulfing candle means nothing if you get a higher close today. I know we got the iPhone 5 release. I believe that is tomorrow. I believe it comes out on Wednesday. The question is, does somebody know something in the marketplace that isn't quite out there yet? I can tell you, if you forget the news, you need to pay attention to this chart here. This 1.272 going back and test that swing point high, getting some volume coming off the top here says absolutely you need to be careful if you're in this equity. Again, like we did with Lou and took a look at Chipotle on a intraday chart. Let's put the 10-minute chart out here. And the 10-minute chart out here, what you can see is, Apple made the high at 940, did 3.9 million shares. Doing that type of volume, I suspected yesterday we would have seen a test of that area. Instead, what we had, I've shown this before to you. I did it maybe a week ago or so when, if you were sitting at it, when you take a look at this straight line move down here, you can see it was very orderly. And when you see a straight line move like this, a linear move is what I'll refer to it, and you see basically relatively, good volume here, some trading desk yesterday got the order to be out of Apple. I can guarantee you that's exactly, I've seen this pattern before. I've taken a look at it on the diamonds. You'll see it on an intraday chart, on a 10-minute chart, on a 5-minute chart, and the instructions were, without giving your hand away, and that's why you see that linear line on a stock chart like this. And that's why you see volumes basically being maintained here, because somebody did not want to play their cards. So some trading desk got the order. And if you take a look at the number of shares yesterday, that were being liquidated. Yes, there were buyers out there, most certainly. But I guarantee you, I can't guarantee it, but what I can tell you is I'm familiar enough with the patterns out there that when you see straight line moves like that and you see volume the way that it did, that, you know, the directions were to be out of X number of shares, which they got out of, by a certain time. You know, that time period probably, you know, wasn't certainly right into the close. It probably was right about the 3:10 p.m. time frame, and that trading desk was out. Now, the question is, were they out of everything by that time frame? We won't know until we continue to watch Apple and see how it trades. But that's a sign of institutional selling, in my opinion. That is a sign of institutional selling right there when you see that type of linear trading going on and volume that is just simply very, very stable out there. If we go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping in the marketplace, let's go take a look at this equity. Where was it? It's off of my screen. It was one that was popping. Oh well, was Sunesys, but I don't know the ticker symbol. SNSS. I do know it. So let's go take a look at Sunesys. SNSS. That was popping on popping and selling off. So they had some type of, that's why it came off of my chart out here. But let's go see what it was doing anyways here. Back to where it basically closed yesterday, $3.58. So if we take a look at this, let's put this on a weekly chart out here, see what it actually is doing, what it's running into. Now there is a this stock here. You take a look at this. Has got wide price spread involved. This is certainly the definition of wide price spread and accelerated volume. The problem is it made one of those parabolic moves on a single day out here. Oh, that's not even taking it back all the way. So interesting. If you take a look at this equity here, Sunesys, I don't know if that's how you really pronounce it, Sunesys maybe, SUNESIS is the ticker symbol, SNSS is the ticker symbol. And you take a look at December 11, 2009. Equity goes from a low of $2.34 to $14.58. How's that for wide price spread? So it does that with 20 million shares. Now, the actual breakout session would have been the day before. That's when it was it had done 1 million shares down at $1.74. This equity gets all the way up there. Can you imagine the number of folks that got trapped in at around $14 or so? Maybe 13, maybe 10, maybe 11. This stock here comes all the way back down to a low the week of October 7, 2011, as our markets were making an important low on that October 4th date. This comes all the way back to $1.01. You want to talk about getting a haircut. And it's the reason why you want to make sure that you're always using stops, folks. You know, being wrong on the trade or getting stopped out and making sure you're using the right money management. This is a business, and it's a business about just simply protecting your losses, protecting your assets, as I like to say. And the only way you can really do that is just simply use stops, because you'll stay in the game. In this game here, folks, you know, there's so many folks, if you take a look at that, retire. You know, George Burns is one of them. You know, a number of folks, you know, that they work until, you know, late ages. Andy Rooney, right? Didn't Andy Rooney retire and then off of 60 Minutes, and then within a period of weeks, he passed away? And so I'd say that really what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to work your entire life. So maybe it's not in whatever current career that you're in right now, but this game here, this business here, the money business, always gives you really all the elements that you need in life. In fact, it meets all 6 of your needs. It meets your need for certainty. If you use stops, you can absolutely have certainty. If you understand the trading expectancy of your system, you can have certainty. How about uncertainty? My goodness, you can wake up every day. As long as you pay attention to what the candles are telling you, forget about the markets. It meets that need. How about significance? Because you're providing for yourself and others, it certainly meets that needs out there. It meets that need out there. Love and connection. Hopefully, you know, you love and you're connected to the market. It just meets all your needs out there. My point is, you know, you want to be able to learn this. You know, in an environment here, folks, where you've got high unemployment. Maybe many of you, like myself, have got kids in college or graduating from college, and they're out there starting their career looking for new jobs, and they're running into trouble. What better time than to be able to invest in them and teach them how to manage their money? I mean, there is no better time. Don't you wish, if you were to go back, you could say, you know, if there was one thing you wish that your parents would have done for you, is they would have sat you down, they would have taught you about whether it's fundamental or technical analysis of stock charts, and really just be able to understand. I mean, you consider the amount of energy, time, money that you spent on taking your children through college, you know, from grade school, elementary school, kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, the whole bit up to grade school. And oftentimes what happens before people are about to bust through, just like a little seed out there, it stops right before all the great rewards. The best reward, folks, is get your kids involved with understanding in my opinion, technical analysis. There's nothing more fundamental than technical analysis out there, and there's no better way. Really, go to the homepage at TFNN.com and buy some Tiger dollars. Take advantage of the 30%, the 25%, the 20% bonus that you get. It's non-transferable. It's transferable, totally transferable. So whether it's for yourself, friends, family that you buy them for, your kids, there's really absolutely no better investment, in my opinion, that you can make. Anyways, enough with cynicism and that. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks here. Continuing to move up and down. Let's take a look at Palo Alto Networks. PANW is the ticker symbol. That is the leader in the clubhouse on the way down here. PANW, again, is the ticker symbol. They're off 8% this morning. Gapping down. Looks like this is a IPO. So kind of a interesting stock chart here to take a look at for us. Let's refresh this thing. Making a bearish engulfing candle here as it made a high on September the 7th. Had a high out there, 72.22, a low of 69.36, and now it's gapping down and doing it with some volume behind it. 789,000 shares with 18 minutes of trading. That sets it to come all the way back to at least the high of its IPO date, which was July 20th, and 62.07. It's at 65.94 right now. That is on Palo Alto Networks. You got United Foods decided to step in front. They're down 10% this morning. UNFI is the ticker symbol. United National Foods Industries. How come that didn't come out? UNFI. And so that is gapping down this morning with volume as well. Let's go see. This is coming down. It is going to move into a high volume day. It's already doing that. The high volume day that is trading inside the supply line, maybe the support line, June 5th, 2012. The high there is 53.99. The volume, 1.1 million shares. Unfortunately, it's going to trade lower today. It's already done 281,000 shares. 877-927-6648. Dow is up 54 points this morning. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, Then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. We've got the Dow trying to motor along and test its resistance area. It's about time because the Dow has been the laggard out there. Not lagging today, actually leading the charge. It's up 0.5%. It's up 67 points right now. It's trading out at 13,322 out there. And if you take a look at the resistance area, the Dow is the only one not to make it up over May Day, May 1st out there. The high bar, 13,000. God, I can't even see that. 3,338, I believe. Sorry about that. The numbers were blending together, a little blendy out there. So 13,338.66. It has tried to get up there. It's giving you bearish candles every time it tries to get up there. I suspect that what we'll see, I hope that what we'll see is the Dow give us a release of information today, either get up and over and close above 13,338 and lift all of the other tides and say that yesterday's candles there where we had reversals were nothing more than a one-day anomaly out there. Of course, we have a lot of time left in the trading session to see that. So 13th, you want to pay attention to the Dow, 13,380, 13,339. Let's just call it 13,339. That's what you want to see the Dow hit and stay above. If it gets above that and closes below, it will be a rejection of a swing point and likely on lighter volume as we have in the marketplace. If you're taking a look at the diamonds, you're taking a look at what that is on your charts. We're looking at May 1st again. The volume out there, 5.4 million shares. So far this morning, it has done 357,000 shares. Yesterday, very dismal, 2.2 million. Let's just clear off this palette here because I can always draw those lines in there. And so you're going to want to watch the diamonds out here. I'll draw that line across again. We'll take a look at the volumes. You can write that down. So on the diamonds, you're looking at 133.14. You want to see it get up and over, stay up, and because you're 133.14 right now. Beautiful. So you want to see it now that it's tested. You want to see it close above 133.14 on more than 5.4 million shares. Then it would have some conviction behind the larger move to the upside that I suspect the market still wants to do. But yesterday, absolutely providing some cautionary signals out there. So we're going to have some tests going on today. Let's take a look at the other ETFs out here. Let's go take a look at the Qs, because the Qs really yesterday showing some real weakness out there, and today doing the same. So you got the Dow doing its test, and the Qs are not participating, not at whatsoever. You got the Qs at 68.72. The Qs forming a evening star set of candles out there. That says that on the Qs, 69.55 is your resistance area. Now, the Qs had made a 1 to 1.618, or just slightly above that. A to B equals CD. 90, so you expect there to be some kind of resting that takes place out here. But the Qs are certainly going to need to create some additional energy, and they're not moving here this morning. So that is a cautionary sign out there. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000. That's trading up 3 points this morning, about 0.3, almost 0.4%. The IWM, let's go see what she is trying to do here. The IWM trying to deal with the March 27th swing point. Is trading above the low of that. The high of that swing point is the price of 84.66. Volume there, 41 million shares. You got into it with 30 yesterday. Thus far today, it's done 4 million shares. It was coming in with 46 million shares. That was a signal that the top of that should get tested. So look for a test today as well of 84.66. Stay tuned, folks. Tom and I will be up next. Then, as we do on Tuesdays, we go to Kate Stalter, Victor Jones. Then it's to Daryl Martin, David White, Ken Shreve, and the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6. Have a great day, folks. If you're starting your day, I look forward to seeing you in the morning. If not, see you in just a few minutes. Take care.